Dozens of hostages, hundreds of police officers outside, and live television covering every second. It looked like a failed bank robbery, until police entered the bank and discovered something unbelievable. On January 13, 2006, what started as a terrifying hostage situation inside a bank in Argentina would soon become one of the smartest robberies in modern history. This wasn't just another bank robbery. It was a plan so carefully designed, so unbelievably clever, that even the police couldn't believe what had happened. This is the unbelievable true story of the Banco Rio Heist. 0:45 to 1:45, the day of the robbery. Studio microphone voiceover. It was a normal Friday afternoon in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Customers walked into Banco Rio Bank like any other day, completely unaware that their lives were about to change forever. At around 12:30 p.m., 6 armed men entered the bank. They wore disguises and carried what looked like heavy weapons. Within minutes, panic spread through the building. The robbers quickly took control. Employees and customers were ordered to stay calm. Soon, dozens of terrified hostages were trapped inside. Outside, panic exploded. Police officers rushed to the scene. Sirens filled the streets. News helicopters circled overhead. Within hours, hundreds of officers surrounded the building. The entire country watched the terrifying hostage drama unfold live on television. The police standoff. Studio microphone voiceover. For the police, this situation looked extremely dangerous. The robbers appeared heavily armed, and innocent lives were at risk. Negotiators began speaking with the gang leader inside the bank. But something seemed strange. The robbers weren't demanding helicopters. They weren't asking for escape vehicles. They weren't acting desperate. Instead, they acted surprisingly calm. They even released several hostages during negotiations, making police believe that maybe, just maybe, the situation could end peacefully. But what nobody realized was that every minute the police spent negotiating outside was exactly what the robbers wanted. The secret plan. Studio microphone voiceover. Because hidden beneath the bank, something unbelievable was happening. Months before the robbery even began, the gang had secretly prepared an escape route. Deep underground, beneath the streets of Buenos Aires, workers had quietly built a hidden tunnel connected to the city's sewer system. The robbers had studied the bank for months. They knew the schedules, the security systems, even police response times. Everything had been planned with military-level precision. And while the world focused on terrified hostages and police negotiations above ground, the real robbery was happening below. Studio microphone dramatic pause. But nobody, not the police, not the media, not even the hostages, had any idea what was coming next. The perfect distraction. Studio microphone voiceover. Inside the bank, the robbers stayed calm. They played psychological games with police, buying time. Hostages later revealed something shocking. Instead of acting violent or aggressive, the thieves appeared strangely relaxed. Some even joked with the hostages. To police outside, it looked like negotiations were slowly working. Officers believed the robbers were trapped. But the truth? The criminals had never planned to escape through the front door. This entire hostage crisis was nothing more than a distraction. 5:30 to 6:45, the underground escape. Studio microphone voiceover. Hours passed. Outside, hundreds of officers waited for the final confrontation. Then suddenly, silence. Negotiators inside stopped receiving responses. Something felt wrong. Elite police teams prepared to storm the building. When officers finally entered Banco Rio Bank, they expected chaos. Instead, they found something terrifyingly strange. The robbers were gone. Studio microphone pause for suspense. Completely gone. No gunfight. No broken windows. No dramatic escape cars speeding through the streets. Just empty rooms, confused hostages, and one massive mystery. The shocking discovery. Studio microphone voiceover. Then police discovered the truth. The gang had escaped through a hidden tunnel connected to Buenos Aires' underground sewer system. While police surrounded every entrance to the bank above ground, the robbers had quietly disappeared beneath their feet. The criminals escaped on inflatable boats through drainage tunnels, carrying bags filled with millions of dollars in cash and expensive jewelry. Investigators were stunned. How could 6 thieves fool hundreds of officers, live television, and an entire country? The message they left behind. Studio microphone voiceover. But perhaps the most unbelievable part of the robbery was what the gang left behind. Inside the bank, police found a handwritten note. Studio microphone's slow dramatic tone. In a neighborhood of rich people, without weapons or grudges, it's just money, not love. It was almost as if the thieves wanted to send a message. Even stranger? Many of the weapons used during the robbery later turned out to be fake. The entire operation had been built around intelligence, planning, and deception. Did they get caught? Studio microphone voiceover. For weeks, police searched desperately for answers. At first, the robbers had vanished without a trace. But eventually, mistakes were made. One by one, members of the gang were identified and arrested after disputes over stolen money exposed parts of the operation. Yet despite being caught, the robbery itself had already become legendary. Many people still consider it one of the smartest bank robberies ever executed. Ending plus CTA. Studio microphone voiceover. A robbery planned for months, police fooled for hours, and an escape nobody saw coming. The Banco Rio Heist proved one thing. Studio microphone dramatic pause. Sometimes, the smartest criminals don't fight their way out. They disappear before anyone even realizes they're gone. CTA. If you want more unbelievable true crime stories, subscribe now, because the next is even crazier.